I'll be reviewing Sarah Belkner's album, But You Are, But It Has.
You don't wanna be here. You don't want it to have come to this. No, you don't wanna be here.
I don't know when Sarah Belkner decided she would embrace her inner Kate Bush. According to her debut album, it seems to have happened when she was ignored by a man she loved, which inspired her track Cellophane. It's the third song on this record from the Sydney artist, and probably the first one to pack an emotional punch. By the time Trauma kicks in, which is the name of a song, not my emotional state, I can hear her going full Bush. Her lyrics are dramatic and just the right side of obscure to be interesting. I've eaten flames for the last time, safety pinned heart on the outside, she sings, launching into her upper register. Yes, we've reached peak Bush. But that's not to dismiss Belkner as a copycat. She definitely has developed her own sound on this record. For one thing, she has a super choir of local singers, including Alana Stone, Nairi and Brenda McLean, weaving in and out around both her and the layered pop accompaniments, created in her Sydney studio with her recording engineer husband, Richard Belkner. And when the more musically bombastic song, Busy Being Sad, kicks in, she can more than hold her own over a full band sound. In another song, she tells John Lennon he's said everything she's wanted to, but I don't believe her for a second. In fact, after this confident pop album, I can only imagine she has a lot more to say and sing about because it sounds like she's only getting started. So was there enough Kate Bush on there for you, Bernard?
Nowhere near enough Kate Bush. I actually couldn't, I struggled to see Kate Bush. I could see Tori Amos. To me, a lot of this album, particularly the second half of the album, is Tori Amos without the quirks or the oddities, which can be a good thing. I actually lost interest by the end of the album, but I thought the first song, Time, I think that was sexy. Nice interplay with the male voice, a bit of XX feel about it. But overall, I thought she could do with a little more excitement in her ideas, a little more variety in her risk-taking, just something that wasn't quite as nice. It's well done, there's some nice voices, there's some nice arrangements, but and I'm someone who finds Tori Amos a bit irritating after a while, but I wanted to be irritated a little bit more with this.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting because I thought that the album actually did sort of, from song to song, did kind of go in some different directions and ping pong between different ideas and different thoughts. And I actually thought she was quite daring in some of those choices, and definitely heard Tori Amos, I heard Sarah Blasco, I even heard David Bowie in some of those in some moments. But I still felt that she was her own person, which I think is a pretty big accomplishment on an album.
I think that when you have, I guess, you are, like, she's right there in the production of everything, and I think maybe it was hard to get a feeling across the whole album because everything was kind of song by song, where there was great things, but there maybe wasn't a flow. Like the Tori Amos came out in the Bell song. I thought it was amazing. The way it just sort of built and went crazy, and then that first song, Time, I think it was Brenda McLean who was doing the
duet.
Vocal. It was great, and then I was like thinking, this is pretty cool. And then there was this little middle section bit, which was lifted straight out of Bruce Hornsby and the Rangers. That's just the way it is. Like do 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 do. It's like just yacht rock heaven. But yeah, it was, and then like there was almost like Jim White, Dirty 3-esque drum breaks in it. It's like, I think because she has worked with a lot of other musicians and she's written for bands and produced musicians and stuff and songwritten, she's kind of got this supergroup together who've done all these cool things, but maybe just hasn't tied it all properly together as a whole.
I don't know. I'm really with Rod on it. You kind of said how I felt about it and the way that she had all these great ideas, and I thought it really worked, actually. I think she's really accomplished something with this.
Well, yeah.
And I'm excited to hear where she goes, because she's one of the more interesting Australian artists I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more interesting things out of it. What I liked about this was that it showed skill and ideas in structure and arrangements. I'm just waiting for the next bit where she's going to bring some oddity to it. So it's not so much risk taking, I guess, is what I mean, is something that's going to make her leap out as a bit different, not just a Tori Amos or Kate Bush fan, but someone who will spark something in me.
And what would you be giving it?
4 stars. A promising 4 stars.
Oh, wow.